Good morning, fellas, and welcome back to Me Plays Games, where we play games. My name is Matt, and today I'm back with my third video about speedrunning the New Super Mario Bros. Series. Today, we'll be talking about the 3DS title New Super Mario Bros. 2. The world record in this game belongs to J-Dude, with 2 U's for maximum dudeness. His record currently sits at 26 minutes, 4.917 seconds. Oh, hi, Spicy Noodles. Yeah, there's a decent amount of overlap with the New Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning communities. They're all pretty similar games, so why not? We'll be talking about his third place run later. As usual, we'll be going over the techniques used to get this world record, as well as anything else worth noting about the speedrun. This game is actually pretty close to being fully optimized with the strats that we currently know of, which I think is really cool. As usual, shoutouts to the world record holder J-Dude for helping me with this script. He's already subscribed to this channel, so hey, what's up? Link to his channel as well as the New Super Mario Bros. Series speedrunning Discord are both in the description, as well as other videos I mentioned that you might like to check out. For more speedrunning videos, gaming discussions, and let's plays, subscribe to Me Plays Games and share this video with a friend. We're hoping to get this channel into the YouTube partner program to get monetized by the end of this year, so any support is appreciated. Alright, let's get started. On the level loading screen, you'll notice that J-Dude has a maxed out coin counter sitting at a cool 10 million minus 1. This is because if it's not maxed out, the game will add all the coins you collected to the global counter after each level, which wastes about 6 seconds across an entire run. So the way runners will grind their counter up that high is by playing 3-4 and Coin Rush over and over and over until you never want to see this coin heaven ever again. Well, at least it doesn't require your attention most of the time, I guess. Oh, by the way, this takes about 15 hours. Fun. This time, there aren't any RNG manipulation shenanigans or power-up collecting to be done in 1-1, and the first 3 levels are pretty straightforward overall. One other thing I'll point out, though, before we move on, is that you'll also want to slide down gentle slopes in this game, which is the same for other New Super Mario Bros. Games as well as Super Mario Maker 2. Running up slopes is a no-go, though, which is also the case in the other games we've talked about so far. Continuing the trend of vertical levels being more difficult than horizontal ones, World 1's tower is full of wall jumping nonsense all the way up to the checkpoint. There's a door here that leads to a secret exit. Man, someone needs to keep a tally of how many times I've said secret exit in these videos. Anyway, when this wall opens up, you can head through the opening to a secret pipe that'll take you to the flagpole. Speaking of flagpoles, there's also another thing to note about them in this game. It's ever so slightly faster to hit the flagpole around the range that gives you 2,000 points. A link to a video showing that off will be in the description. Unlike the other games we've looked at, you don't just get to take cannons to skip worlds for free. You actually have to play special cannon levels to get to the secret worlds in this game. It's not the most difficult level in the universe, but it's important to get all 8 red coins because it'll put a gold flower in your inventory for later. Next up is World Mushroom-1. If you've seen my other speedrunning videos, it's the same song and dance with this star. Takes an extra split second to collect, but it's worth going for because you run faster with it and you're also invincible. Next up is the worst thing in the universe, World Mushroom-2. This level is an underwater auto-scroller, which is 2 words that should never mix in Mario games, but they somehow have anyway. You might be wondering why J-Dude equips the gold flower here instead of saving it for another level, and so was I. According to him, in Mushroom-B, it's fastest to use a gold flower in this level, since right before I enter the pipe at the end of the auto, I kill some urchins off screen. However, top runners use a power-up route where they grab another reserve gold flower on this level, and we're just gonna save the rest of what he said about the power-up route for later when it comes up. This run is only a few minutes longer than the other games we've looked at so far, but there are a lot of auto-scrolling sections, which means that it's even more important to nail levels you can actually do quickly. Once again, wall jumping off this pipe is the fastest way to accelerate to top speed like it is in the other games we've talked about on this show. Alright, next level. The fastest way through the ghost house is by turning off your DS. Unfortunately, if you do that, you don't gain access to the rest of the level, so instead J-Dude hits a bunch of switches and enters a bunch of doors to reach the secret exit. If I gave you the blow-by-blow on these levels, you'd fall asleep, so I'll spare you the details. Yeah, I'm not crazy about ghost houses. J-Dude does say that the path that he takes at the start of the level is like 0.3 seconds faster than the path on the right, though. This unlocks Mushroom-B, which stands between you and the next cannon. This level is also the worst thing in the universe, but at least it's not underwater, I guess. In this level, J-Dude swaps out the fire flower for a super leaf, but because of the harder power-up route he's using, he can't have a leaf in reserve at any point, because the gold flower will save time later. I bit my tongue a sentence and a half ago. Next up is another cannon level. You'll notice that there's a gold block here, which J-Dude goes slightly out of his way to whack with his tail. This is to save time when he arrives in World Flower, because he won't have to see it spawn on the world map. There's a secret exit in World Flower-1, which you gain access to by hitting this question block and riding it into the sky. Normally in Flower-A, you're meant to ride this block of ice through the first half of the level, but between this hidden star and a technique called called dash flying, J-Dude can fly all the way to the checkpoint on his own. Dash flying basically consists of reaching top speed as Raccoon Mario, then flying forward while mashing both the run and jump buttons with a preference towards the run button. This will also be used a few more times during the run. J-Dude also keeps his P meter full while switching directions by holding the run button while he ground pounds, making this part just a tad bit faster. It's possible to get just enough distance with the super leaf to get to the flagpole outside instead of using this block of ice to get there. Time for the last cannon level of the game. This one will drop J-Dude off in World 6, the last world of the game. Now that he has the super leaf though, he can just fly over all the obstacles, only landing occasionally to reset the amount of time he can fly. Welcome to World 6, the final world of the game. Like the other games we've looked at, this world also has a level with random volcanic rocks, and this time it's 6-1. Like New Super Mario Bros. Wii though, pretty much none of the patterns pose any significant problems. J-Dude uses dash flying in this level as well to fly across the lava instead of having to wait for blocks to spawn slowly. Next up is another ghost house. Great. Because there's no reserve leaf in this power-up route, J-Dude has to lure this Big Boo away from the switch in order to hit it. The secret exit is through this door and all the way up this shaft. That secret exit unlocks 6-A, another level where dash flying comes in handy. There's another star in this level as well, so the second half of the level is basically just bulldozing dry bones left and right. Time for 6-Tower. Once again, this is a difficult vertical level made even harder by all of the burners. The movement in this level is super precise since you don't have the time to turn most of the burners off because, you know, it's a speed run, you need to go fast, blah 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 blah. Once you get about a third of the way through the tower, the rest of the level is basically just flying straight up while landing on whatever you can to reset your flying time. That takes into the Reznor boss fight, which takes all of 4 seconds. Awesome. It is worth noting here that sometimes runs will die here because the Reznors have a small random chance of shooting fire at you when you're attacking them. In the first half of 6-4, there isn't all that much room to run and gain enough speed to fly, unfortunately. But after the checkpoint there is, so you know what that means. More dash flying, baby. World 6-5 features the most recently discovered time save in the run. For whatever reason, doing a tail attack when jumping off these seesaws is faster than just jumping off normally. But whatever, man, a time save is a time save, and this will shave another fraction of a second off the run. And finally, we've reached Bowser's Castle, one of the scariest levels in the run. Since there's a gold flower in our inventory instead of a super leaf, we can't just damage boost through some of these burners, because we need the raccoon suit for the upcoming rooms. There are 2 options here. In Spicy Noodle's 3rd place time, he grabs this gold block to give himself an extra hit point to damage boost through anyway. But what J-Dude does here is a technique called Burner Clip. In his words, for Burner Clip, we aim to fly left at the corner of the burner, since when we do this at the side of blocks in this game, we can go very slightly inside of them, and that space allows us to make it through. This is slightly faster than the coin block strat if done optimally. This is a really hard trick and it's at the very end of the run, which makes Bowser's Castle especially nerve-wracking. In this next room, you'll see J-Dude build up speed on the starting platform before dash flying up, skipping the snake blocks. In the 3rd room, the Koopalings appear and try to turn Mario into stone, so there are some points where you have to slow down and hide behind walls. The final boss is the reason we held on to the gold flower. The fireballs in this hallway aren't random for once, but even if they were, the gold flower can obliterate them. But the real reason we have it is because it can kill Bowser in 1 hit. Thanks for the 50 coins, jerk. And then the second phase of the boss fight is just another auto-scroller, because of course, why wouldn't it be? Well, there it is, fellas. Every speedrun technique in New Super Mario Bros. 2. The next 2 videos I plan on making are Pokemon Red and Blue with my friend Dash, and 1 video going over both versions of New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U. We'll see what order I decide to make those videos in. Once again, shoutouts to J-Dude for helping me with this video. Link to his channel is in the description. Be sure to subscribe to him as well as this channel, Elias Dash, and I would really appreciate it. Alright, good night fellas, sleep well.